Pasta for dinner. Nothing too crazy. But I've got some ziti. Gonna make it. Got the pot boiling. Here's a little trick. It takes about 8 minutes for broccoli or vegetables to boil up. This is gonna take 10 minutes for the pasta to cook. So I'm actually gonna add the pasta into the salted water, but then in about 2 minutes, let's actually hit a timer. In about 2 minutes, I'm gonna hit the. I'm gonna throw the broccoli in, but if it actually starts boiling, let's get this sucker going. I'm kind of a little concerned. I think I'm going to have to find a cover for this. Now, we have so many different dishes that Max, get out of here. To find the actual cover for that one. Yeah, this is a little last minute. Sorry, guys. There we go. You can tell by the aluminum. Boom. All right, let's stir it around a little bit. See what's happening. You know. What do we got? Sunflower. Hey, sunflower. Pretty heart. Wait a minute. Pretty heart. Don't go anywhere. Okay. Pretty heart. Now you got the little blue thing going on. Sunflower, pretty heart in the house. Thank you, ladies, for helping me out. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm just making some pasta and let me show you guys how I do like a little I get a little fresh head of broccoli that I chopped up. So what I'm gonna do is cook it with the pasta. So yes, I know. I watched you on Solomon. I rewatched it today. Let me rephrase that. I wish I was there because that was such a crazy event. It was Queen's birthday. You were there with your 55 celebration. It was awesome, Sunflower. I mean, I'm sorry. It was awesome, Pretty. Dream Disturber! Hello, welcome in. I'm just making some pasta, buddy. Just coming in to say hi. Just showing you guys. All right, that's a 2-minute mark. Like I said, it's 8 minutes to steam vegetables. But what I do is when I'm making the pasta, all right, we're gonna have pasta with broccoli. So I got some fresh broccoli, and basically at the 8-minute mark, I'm gonna throw that broccoli in, and I'm just gonna throw it right in with that pasta and stir it around a little bit. Just make sure that the pasta is broken up, just so they're all not glued together, because pasta is pretty much like glue if you don't. And normally I wouldn't cover the pasta, but because is what it is, I'm gonna cover it up and steam it, and then I'm gonna add for another 8 minutes. So I'm throwing some 8 minutes in there. That's awesome. I'm joining the cooking crew. I don't know. I've always loved to join cooking crew. I'm Sunflower, that's enough to go live. You can do your lives if you want. Well, Sunflower, you can't pay attention to all that stuff. You do what you're gonna do, and you don't pay attention to what people say or they don't say. You're your biggest enemy when it comes down to when you're doing things. You are gonna be your biggest enemy. Trust me, you're gonna be your biggest critic, and you're gonna say, "I made this video. Oh my goodness, it sucks." But in reality, some people are gonna like it, and you are going to be your biggest critic. That's for sure. See, Dream Disturber said hi, Sunflower. It's okay. Darren, Sunflower is one of my younger viewers. Teenager, so she's kind of, yeah, you deal with that a lot more than I do. I'm going to tell you that right now, and I respect you for that because, raising kids myself, the teens are the hardest time to deal with. That's for sure. High school does magical things to children, and it just turns them into who they are. It can be hard, it can be easy depending on the child, I guess. Oh, my wife preheated the oven because she wanted garlic bread. So, all right, it's 90 degrees here in Florida, and she cranked the oven up for some garlic bread. I'm not happy about that, but Oh, I was explaining it to Darren. I was talking to Darren, Pretty. Thank you for coming in, Pretty. Let's give these noodles a little mix up. Let's make sure they're not sticking together. I get a little jar of canned pasta sauce, so I'm not like doing anything elaborate, We're just gonna have pasta with broccoli. I got some cut up chicken. I do not think, definitely, that there's enough liquid in here. So what I'm gonna do, is add some more liquid. However, that's gonna increase the cooking time because that just chilled it down from a boil. So now I'm gonna actually have to use my cooking skills to tell when the pasta and the broccoli are ready, but they should be ready at about the same time. I'll put a lid on. If you guys don't know, when you put a lid on something that you're cooking, it'll increase the temperature inside, so it'll actually cook it a little bit faster. That's why a pressure cooker, those little machines, I personally don't use, but they'll cook it in half the time. They'll cook like a whole turkey half the time. Solomon Project, how you doing, buddy? Welcome in, welcome in. I'm so sorry I missed the panel I just finished it. I literally just finished watching it. That was an awesome panel you had. You had a full panel on there. I am so sorry I missed it. Max is here. He's licking my ankle. You guys want to say hi to Max? Say hi, Max. Oh, don't be scared. Oh, he's getting camera shy. Don't get camera shy. Yeah, he was getting a little camera shy at first, but then he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Now he wants me to play with him. So I hope you guys don't mind. Hang on 1 second. Lily, can you take care of Max? Can you entertain him for a minute? Just entertain him. I'm on a live. Yeah, but I'm on a live, honey. I'm doing a tutorial on how to cook noodles. Because most of the world does not know how to cook pasta. I'm being very sarcastic there. I hope all of you guys know how to cook pasta. I was just trying to teach you guys a cheat on how to do the vegetables at the same time you're doing the pasta. And I screwed it up by not having enough water to begin with, so that is what it is, you know? But yeah, oh, Pretty, you were awesome too. Deez, how you doing, Deez? Good to see you. Yeah, I missed that Saturday. I was looking forward to it. I crashed out, I fell asleep, and he wants me to play after, like, you know what? They all do, you know? They all do, but you know, when I'm done, I'm done. Now he's playing with the girls. I got the girls on him. So. What happened with me on Saturday night? I don't know what you're asking about, Pretty. Solomon, you would be like the guy in, what the hell is his name? Jerry Reed. You'd be like Jerry Reed with the hound dog in the truck. Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking. That'd be funny. You need a big old hound dog with the droopy ears. You know? All right, the timer says we're done, but I could tell just by looking at the pasta that's not done. But that's because I added the cold water to it just to give it enough to go through. Yeah. So we got a few more. We've got a few more minutes. This is extremely al dente, as they say. But yeah, here's the box of ziti. Here's a little box of ziti. That's all we're doing. I got some leftover chicken. Gonna throw in there, you know. No, Pretty, you didn't miss nothing. Sunflower, we'll all tell Britt that you said hello. I'm sure everybody will. It is. It's just not. It should have been. I should have had more water in the pot. That's why I'm covering it up. I should have had more water in the pot. I didn't have enough for everything. But I eyeball everything. I don't, you know. When there's a Spanish crowd, you love making penne. Okay. ¿Qué es pene en español? That's what I can ask. I thought it was pinga, but Never mind. Oh, we're not going there. Alright. Just gonna mix it around a little bit. Just make sure that these, because these guys are kind of like glue. Pasta's pretty much like glue. Like, you see these little guys are sticking together? They're just, it's almost like glue that you just break them up, keep them moving. Still not ready yet, but it is. All right, what do we got here? Sunflower. Hey, if you have the time, can you tell Yolanda? Of course. Sunflower, I told you that all of us will. All of us will. Isn't that right, guys? Pretty, Solomon, we'll all tell Yolanda that Sunflower says hello. We all will. We're not going to get into the politics of what's going on, but yeah, we'll just say hi for you. So, Deez, thank you for coming in. Pene is how you pronounce the love muscle in Spanish. Yeah. Thought it was pinga. Correct me if I'm wrong, sir. Pene. But this is funny because it's actually not penne. It's actually ziti. So that might be another word. This is actually ziti. I am freshly off your live tonight, by the way, Solomon. I am freshly off your live, so I actually just, I watched most of it on my way in. As I told you, I had my earbud in and I was listening to you while I was listening to the panel, and I'm up on third story scaffolding. There's a guy like 20 feet away from me or whatever. We're all doing our own little work, you know, and I'm over there just giggling to myself listening to that. You had a very odoriferous discussion going on, which was funny, and you had a freaking full panel of everybody. You had Queen, you had Slim Jim, you had Brittany, you had Pretty, who else did he have? You had the Source. I was looking. You had DeAndre. That was the most amazing. You had that's the fullest I've ever seen your panel before, and I think that was awesome. And everybody was. It wasn't crazy and chaotic, you know. It wasn't crazy and chaotic because usually when you get more than 4 people on, they all. Like Queen was saying, everybody starts talking over one another, but everybody was chill and respectful, and I wish I was awake for that. I honestly do. I really missed being part of that because I did have a few stories about the topic that was on point, but you know what? Hopefully on. Whip It Out Wednesday. No, just generally funk. The rabbit and the hare. I don't remember who did that. I think it was Rising Phoenix. Whoever said about the rabbit turds and the hare. Or was that Miss Helms? I don't even remember right now because it was but yeah, no, when I'll give you an example. I was a cab driver for a little bit, and most of my clients were strippers, and I would pick them up and bring them to. I worked the day shift. My buddy and me split a cab, and he worked the nights, I worked the days. I usually took people to the doctors, etc. However, when he called me up and said one of his stripper clients needed a ride to work during the day, I'd be there. And this one girl was just, she smelled like cat urine. Like, I would show up in the middle of the summer, and as soon as I showed up to her house, all the windows went down. And she was only like 3 blocks away, but she smelled so horrible, like cat urine. I had to do it. And she would say, "Can you put the AC on?" I'm like, "Yeah, but it's gonna take a while to cool down, so might as well." Tried to do the best I can because they are supposed to have AC. I couldn't freaking deal with it. I couldn't deal with the smell. Alright, I gotta drain this stuff, guys. Give me a minute because I'm not prepared. Alright. Basically, I'm draining this stuff into a colander. That's gonna sit there. I'm gonna crack open. We've got some garlic vodka sauce. That's what's happening. Now here's a little trick. Throw a little bit of water in here. Shake it around and get the last of it out. There you go. I turned the burner off, so we get the sauce going. Oh, forgot we got garlic bread too, and it's hot. Wait. Cat booty. No, it was cat urine. No, cat urine. Like the cat was pissing, like a male cat. You know, a male cat. It's the most distinct, funky. Oh, it's horrible. You know. One of the worst smells ever. All right, I got some chicken I had chopped up. I'm throwing that into the sauce. And this is not going to be enough sauce for. This is just barely enough to coat the chicken. So I wish I got 2 of the same sauces, but I didn't. 1 pound of pasta is a lot, actually. This is gonna be. So I'm gonna end up doing. Just throwing some tomato basil sauce in, and because once I throw the pasta and the broccoli and this chicken in, I get enough for freaking a couple nights of dinner. But it's just gonna be a little mix of sauces. That's all right. Hey, you utilize what you can, man. You know. It still looks like a vodka sauce. Once it gets bubbling, I did not rinse the pasta. There's a reason for that. If you rinse the pasta, it's not gonna absorb the sauce as much, and it actually helps thicken the sauce, so you don't have a wet spaghetti or something like that. You know. Yeah, Darren, definitely. Yeah, pasta. The easiest thing to make, start off with ramen noodles, you know. Those are easy. You just put them in hot water for 3 minutes. Then I actually want to do a video on how to actually make ramen noodles a nutritious meal. Because I always keep frozen vegetables in the freezer. And crack an egg in, stuff like that. All your noodles should be wet. Yeah. Ooh, ooh. Did you just see that? Did you just see that? Little bubble. Little bubble. If you mess up, do it again. Yeah. When it comes to pasta, just read the directions. That's it. Read the directions. Do it exactly how it says. Don't do it like me. And I mean, I'm a professional. Don't try this at home. But yeah, I realized I did not have enough water because I didn't read the directions. But also because I also added the broccoli in as well, which caused more a volume in the container that we were cooking with, so that took away from the volume of water for the noodles. So, you know, that's how it goes. Elbows, any pasta pretty is the same. It's all the same. It's just a matter of time cooking. That's it. But it's pretty much overfill your water, you know? That's it. And Solomon, yeah, I'm sorry. I've not been feeling too good. I think you know why. And then I found out that one of the side effects of stopping drinking is high blood pressure, which I've already had an issue with. So it kind of sent me through the roof when I went cold turkey. And yeah. So I've been kind of out of commission for a little bit. But I plan to be back Saturday night. I will be in Savannah, Georgia. I will be on a trip, and I can't promise that I can be live there, but I will do my best to. Usually we're done by about 10, so that's usually you were on since after midnight because you were singing happy birthday to Queen's Alchemy, which was awesome. So, you know, that being the case, if you guys are on, the event that we have to go to is Sunday morning, but I kind of want to do that event live. What's that? Oh, put it in there. Oh. How long does it need? 5 minutes?
To 7.
Huh?
5 to 7 minutes.
Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna set the timer at 5 and we'll check it. My wife just reminded me that we had garlic bread, and yeah, so we're doing that. So. Oh, caffeine is hard. I went through that too, sir. I worked for Dunkin' Donuts, and I was drinking like 3 pots a day when I was a kid. To the point where I was having problems waking up without a hot cup of Joe in my hand. And my wife is currently going through that, whether she wants to admit it or not. If she doesn't have her coffee, she starts getting brutal headaches. Okay. Alright, I got bubbling sauce. Here's the thing. It's not going to fit in here. Definitely not going to fit in there. I'm going to have to take... I've got all that pasta. I've got all that broccoli. I got to get a big mixing bowl. Give me a minute. I'll be right back. Oh, so in a big mixing bowl. I don't know if you guys can see. All right. So I'm gonna start throwing all that stuff in there. First off, I'm gonna throw the. You guys can't see. Oh, all right. I guess I'm holding it by my hand since the thing stopped off. All right. So there's the pasta down in there. Or break it up a little bit because it was sitting a little bit too long. And like, do you remember, like I was saying, pasta's like glue. You know, that flour all sticks together. All right, now I gotta definitely get this thing on because I can't do this one-handed. Ooh. Okay. All right, you guys can kind of see. All right, so now I'm gonna take this sauce that I heated up. Ooh. A little bit warm. I'm gonna throw that right in there. That's got the chicken in there too. I don't know if you guys remember. We threw some chicken in there. We got broccoli, chicken, pasta, sauce. Get some garlic bread in the oven right now. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just rinse that pot. Rinse the colander that we did everything, and it's pretty much a one, I'm not gonna say one dish, one pot meal, but here we go. I'm trying to get it so you guys can see. Yeah. It's got chicken, broccoli, pasta, plenty of sauce. You see, if I hadn't had that extra little sauce in there, that wouldn't have been enough sauce for everything. I think right now there's just enough sauce in there. Just enough. And that's probably enough. We're gonna freeze some. I'm gonna make some, put them in little containers, put them in the freezer so my wife can take them to work and have like little microwave meals. So this is not, we're definitely not gonna eat all of this today. But when you cook a pound of pasta, unless you got 6 people to feed, that's a lot of pasta. But you can put them in little containers, plastic containers, and make your own microwave meals, which are probably better for you than the ones that you buy at the store, because at least you know what you got in them, you know. So that's it. Let's see. Chef Brandon. Hey, pretty. I stopped drinking caffeine. Yeah, I touched on that. Yeah, caffeine withdrawals is rough, you know. I'm going to bake in the oven. You could put this in a casserole and top it with cheese, and this would be big ziti, essentially. I'm not gonna do that. Number one, I don't have any cheese to put on it. I mean, I've got some of the just shaker Parmesan cheese, you know. Oh, maybe I don't. But generally, yeah, you could bake it in the oven, make a casserole with that. Definitely, just as it is. Throw a layer of like mozzarella on top of it. Throw it in like it was a lasagna, and you've got yourself some big ziti. You know, creating change. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping in. So you could do that. I don't like to, it being in Florida and so hot right now, I don't like having the oven on. My wife came home with garlic bread, so happy wife, happy life. Pulling out the garlic bread right now. I would have preferred not turning it on at all, but not done quite yet, but Yeah, like I said, happy wife, happy life. Creating changes in here. I just saw on I saw the heavy hitters, and I think it was the source. I think it was the source where John from the heavy hitters came on, and I was like, "Oh, I saw him on Discord. I know this guy." And it was your channel that I saw him on, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's right. He was creating change." So, but John from the heavy hitters was on the source, and I was so excited that I had logged off. I was getting ready to go to bed, and then I hopped back on, and I was just like, "Oh, I just wanted to say hi, fanboy," you know. So that was cool. Yes, it was awesome. It was awesome. It's just funny how we all kind of encircle one another, and we're all there. It's just funny. I'm glad you made it to mine, sir. I hope you're as impressed as I am with you with your guitar, man. If you guys don't know, Creating Change is a musician, and he's got a very laid back channel. Really mellow. Solomon, I think you'd like checking him out for sure. You know. So, all right, guys. Well, this is pretty much dinner. We're setting up the table. We're getting going. I'm gonna end the live very soon. I hope that if you guys have any questions, let me know now, because I'm gonna shut it down. Got some garlic bread. Any questions from anybody? Otherwise, I'm gonna go start cutting everything for dinner. Thank you guys all for coming in. I really appreciate it, and thank you guys for hitting the likes and everything. I appreciate it. Good night, pretty. Good night, Creating Change. Good night, Solomon. Always a pleasure, brother. All right, you guys take care. Yeah, no, Solomon, check him out. He does some nice mellow stuff. I think you like the tone of his channel. You know, he's just starting up too. I think you'll like him. Always keep nice noodles. We don't like our noodles crunchy. Michelle in for the end. Swooping in for the end, as always. Thank you, Michelle. It's good seeing you. Thank you so much for your nighttime videos. They help me go to sleep. I can guarantee you that. Have a good night, guys. I gotta go. We're having dinner. I know you do. I know you lurk. That's okay. Glad you're here. Thank you, guys. Have a good night.